On today's video, I'll be showing you step by step how to create the ultimate appointment workflow reminder inside of GoHighLevel. This will help increase your show rates, reduce cancellations, and pretty much obliterate any no-shows. All right, so let's get this party started. Oh, and one more thing. If you stay to the end, I'm going to show you a different workflow that will actually follow up with anybody in case it did cancel. All right, so let's go. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to go to your automations tab here. Me personally, I like to create folders for these workflows or the set of workflows. That way I know where to go and it's not a huge mess of workflows all here. Go ahead and create that. Let's go inside here. And then the first thing on our list is we are going to create our workflow, guys. Okay, start from scratch. Okay, so we want to name our workflow appointment reminder plus reconfirmation. Okay. And this workflow, guys, it's going to send an appointment reminder. Then the day before, we're going to ask them, hey, are you still going to be able to make it? Reply with yes or no. And whether or not they reply, we'll have it go down different branches and give them certain responses automated. Okay, so look, let's not dive into it too deep right here. Let me show you how we actually accomplish this. Okay, so the first thing is we're going to actually create our appointment status. All right, okay, there we go. So we're going to look for a trigger that says appointment status. All right, we're going to add, you can put the calendar. I only have one calendar here. If you have actually a group, you should get the option of in calendar group. That way you can send everybody to the same workflow, right? So calendar, free consultation. And then you got to make sure we put appointment status is confirmed. All right. And what we're going to be using is we're going to be using this calendar here, right? And this is going to be the timing. It's going to be from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday for appointments. And also, as you can see here, we have it auto confirm. So when they actually book the appointment here, it should automatically change the status to confirmed, and then it'll push them down this workflow here. So we're going to go ahead and save the trigger. Okay. Oh. And then now we are going to use the remove workflow action, right? And the purpose for this action here is we're going to remove it from all the workflows except this current one. Now imagine, right? Like imagine you got somebody to sign up for like a lead magnet, and then you're trying to get them to book an appointment. Once they do book an appointment, you'd want to take them out of that workflow. That way you don't try to book them anymore, and then we get them into just the appointment part. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and save that there. Okay, and now we are going to create an opportunity here. Oh, sorry. That's the next part. All right, and then this, what's going to happen with this is it's going to actually create a card in our pipeline, right? You're probably wondering, like, what's the pipeline? This is a pipeline here, and this is a card that was actually made by me when I went in through this particular workflow. So here we're going to add a field, select field, right? And we can put pipeline stage, appointment confirmed, right? And then we can put opportunity value. And let's say you have a product or something or a service that sells between $500 and $1,000, and you average maybe $750 sale. This is where you would kind of put the average of the value of the person, right? Go ahead with that. And then next, we are going to make sure that the status says that it is open. That means that they haven't purchased anything. It's still a possibility to get them to buy something. And then we can put opportunity source here, and they'll tell us where it actually came from, right? And now to give you some context of what this actually looks like. So they come through here, and then it goes through this particular part of the workflow, and then it actually puts this card here, and then it adds all this information. See the sales pipeline, appointment confirmed, status is open. I had put a different value, that's why it's 1350, but we can just change it for 750. And then that's it, update. All right, so this part here actually creates that, which is cool, automatically on the back end. Also, I guess you'd want to name it properly. Save action. Okay. Now let's move on to the next step. Now we're going to assign a user. And what this does is when somebody comes in through here, it will automatically assign to whoever we choose. Right now, it's just going to be me, Domingo Jaramillo. Hit save. And guys, save your stuff just in case. All right. And okay, there we go. We're done with the assigned user. Now, internal notification to the lead, right? So since we have assigned ourselves, we are going to give ourselves an internal notification that, hey, you got somebody that just signed up. Oh. Now here we have a few options. You can either send an email, you can send a notification, which will appear on the desktop version or the mobile app, or you can send an SMS. Me, preferably, I prefer the notification. That way people, my clients, are actually using their phone to respond to these things. So hit notification and something simple like appointment booked, maybe new appointment booked, right? And then here we can just put some lead information, and then we can use some custom values here. Okay, that way you know what the lead information is, and we can do that by clicking the custom values right here. Okay, and then we're gonna go into contact, not user. User, it would actually put my name here. So contact to get the individual that booked an appointment. Full name should stay in the same tab for the contact, as you can see here. Then we're gonna go ahead and put the phone number and then the email. And what this does is it automatically populates this information here from whatever they filled out into the form. And then we can go back here and put appointment time. And then we can use start date time. And what that does, it'll just let you know what day and time they booked for. And then right here, we have a redirection, right? Once they do get their internal notification and they click it, we can either shoot them to the contact, the conversation, or the opportunity, which is the pipeline. Me personally, I like to push them to the contact or the conversation. If it was booked conversationally through like an AI, I would use conversation. That way you can get more context of what went on during the conversation. But if they just filled out a form online, I would recommend contact. That way you can go in there and look at the form and see exactly what they put in there. And also another tip while I have you here, the more friction there is in the form, the higher the leads would be at the end who actually fill out the form. You don't want to ask too many things, but you want to ask enough things that will get you a better understanding of how you're going to be able to help them with your free consultation or your free quote or your strategy call. Okay, so we're going to assign it to the user, which is me. Save it. Save your stuff. Now let's go back here. All right, so now that we got the notification, we're going to send an actual SMS to the client or the lead that actually booked the appointment here, right? So we're going to go send SMS, appointment confirmed, right? And now what we're going to use in here, I have a little swipe file. Where are we at? Here we are. It's going to be, hey, contact, hey, John, I've got you all set up for your free consultation at TechWiz Automations. You'll be joining me on Friday at this address. Please make sure to add it to your calendar. If something comes up, don't hesitate to shoot me a reply and let me know, and I'll see you then. And we want to use natural language here. We want to sound like a human. That way they feel, and it actually helps us build rapport, and they actually don't think we're just a robot. Most people would, you know, when you sign up for like the dentist or the doctor, it's like appointment. It sounds real like robotic. And we want them to feel like it's a person actually sending a message. This will actually help increase show rates as well. Go ahead and hit save. There we go. And then now what's the next step? Now we have to create our email, right? And this will also shoot an email to the lead at the same exact time. There it is. Right. From name, you can use your name, Dom, or you can create a custom value and use that. And then you can just change it in the settings and it'll change it here automatically. And now from, I have a custom value here set up. From email. And remember, a custom value is kind of like a container with the label on it. The label always stays the same, which is custom values from email, but what's inside you can actually swap, and what's inside is what it shows you. I hope you understand that. I try to make it simple. Okay, so now the next part is the subject, right? And we want to make sure that the subject is congruent. It is similar to the offer they signed up for, right? So it would be like, hey, your free consultation at TechWiz Automations confirmed. That way they know, like, oh yeah, I remember signing up for this. And then that will help increase the open rate of the actual email. And then as far as what we're going to put in the email, it's going to be, hey, John, Dom here from TechWiz Automations. I'm really looking forward to meeting you for your free consultation. Here's what we'll cover together, right? And here you can actually tell them like what is going to be included in the free consultation or the strategy call or whatever offer that you're booking them for, right? And ideally, you'd want to give them the benefits of how they're going to benefit from this. That will increase your show rate drastically if they feel like, hey, like I got to go, this is for me. And also another thing too, if you could actually make a video, like a little 1-minute video, kind of detailing all this stuff too, that would be amazing. And that increases your show rate even more, right? So we're going to go ahead, go here, paste that here. And remember, you can always make a template as well. And then you would just change it in the template section and it would automatically change it here. But for right now, I wanted to keep it simple. So we're just going to use this here and hit save. And then you see, you might get this issue sometimes when we copy and paste stuff, and that's because it turns these custom values into a hyperlink. So we're gonna remove the hyperlink there. I think there's one more. There it is. Remove it. Save. And there it is. We're doing good, guys. So we're done basically with the first part, right? The trigger. So they trigger the appointment, it's confirmed, it removes them from the workflows, it creates the opportunity card in the pipeline, it assigns it to a user, it sends the user a notification that there's a new appointment booked, and then it sends the lead, whoever booked an appointment, an appointment confirmed, and then an appointment confirmed email, SMS and an email, okay? So now we are going to, this is where we're going to ask them if they're going to be able to make it or not, okay? The day before. So we're going to create a wait step here. And this is going to be wait 24 hours before appointment time. And we will find it here, event appointment time. Put 1 day. I'm going to put 1 day, 2 hours. And the reason I'm doing that is because let's say they book an appointment at 5 p.m. in the afternoon. We'd want to send them the message 3 p.m. the day before. That way they have time to respond. And then worst case scenario, if somebody booked an appointment at 10 a.m., it'll send them the yes or no confirmation at 8 a.m., which is not too early. Everybody's awake by that time. So go ahead and hit save action. Okay, now we're going to the next step here. Now this is where we actually send them an SMS asking them, hey, are you going to make it, bro? Or are you going to stand me up, right? So the copy we're going to use here is going to be very specific, right? It's going to be like, hey, John, just checking in. Your appointment is set for tomorrow at TechWiz Automations on Friday, May 3rd at 3 p.m. Can you reply with yes to confirm you'll be there? If you won't be able to make it, reply no. Looking forward to seeing you soon, right? And you want to give them instructions, right? Like we did here. That way they reply specifically the way you instructed them to do so. And look, guys, I've been using this workflow for about 3 years for my health spa. And I can tell you that in those 3 years, I've only had maybe 2 to 3 people that have said something ambiguous, like probably, right? So this will work for 99% of the time. So we're going to go ahead and save the action there. Okay. And then now, once we've sent that message, we're going to wait for them to reply, right? And the way that's going to work is we're going to create a wait here. I like to name my action names. That way I know exactly what's going on with them. So we're going to wait for a contact reply, right? And the step is going to be to this one when they reply to the yes or no confirmation. And then we're going to give them a timeout, right? Because we want to wait. If we don't include a timeout, at least 12 hours, right? That way they have time. If they get the appointment confirmation request in the morning, like at 8 a.m., maybe they don't get out of work till 5 and then they get their phone and they'll still have time to respond. Okay, go ahead and hit save. And there it is. And as you can see here, it created our branches. If they reply, it'll shoot them down here. If they don't reply, it'll shoot them down here. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. We're on part 3 now, guys. So now is where we create our if-else branch here, right? We'll look for if-else. There it is. Okay, perfect, perfect. Now the first branch we're going to make is going to be if they replied yes, right? So replied yes. So we're going to have to go to contact reply. Contact replied is true. Remember, when this particular thing is just checking whether or not they replied, not what was in the actual message. So we're going to add another little switch to this. So the contact has to reply, and contact intent type is positive, right? That way it makes sure they reply. And if they do, it checks, was it positive or was it negative? It's positive, it's going to shoot them down this branch, right? And now we get to make the other branch. And the other branch, one quick way we can do this is we can just duplicate this branch here, change the name. And yes, contact replied is true. Intent type is, come on, say it with me, negative. So ideally, it will check to make sure they did send a message, and then it will make sure that they send a message and it's negative, and it'll shoot them down this branch, right? So that's it for that branch. As you can see, we created our branches there. Okay. Great, great. Okay. So now we are going to work on the replied yes branch. First thing we need to create is a wait step, right? That way we do reply, waits a couple minutes, but then we're going to set an advance window, right? And what this advance window does is, let's say they reply like at midnight. It won't send them the message. It'll wait till the next day at 7 a.m., right? And we're going to put Sunday here because we do have appointments on Monday, and we would like to send the appointment. We would like to have them confirm on Sunday if they're going to be able to make it for Monday. Okay, so here's 7 a.m. And then we'll give them till 6:30 in the evening to reply. Or where we could send them a message back. That's the latest, 6:30 p.m. Go ahead and save the action there. Okay, now what do we got here? Now we need to send them an SMS. If they replied yes, it's going to wait 2 minutes. And if it's been in between this window, we're going to send them a message. It's going to be an acknowledgement for, hey, we did see that you booked your appointment. Thank you. Excited to meet with you. And I've been using this exact same one for my spa, and get a lot of people reply like, hey, I'm excited too. So this might actually also help build rapport. Remember, every little time you communicate with them is a chance for you to include something that will increase their show rate. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and hit save. And there it is. All right, we're done with these two. And then now we're going to just wait 1 hour before the appointment time, right? That way we can send them another. So wait 1 hour, right, before event appointment time. There it is. And then we go ahead and save it. So after it shoots the yes, it's going to wait 1 hour before the appointment. And then we're going to send another one 1 hour before, right? And this one is going to be another opportunity to increase the show rate, guys. And here is the language that I've been using for my spa that's worked pretty well, right? It's, hey, John, this is Dom. Just a friendly reminder of your appointment with me in 1 hour on, it'll say the date time. Please try to arrive 5 minutes early. That way you don't get people that are arriving late. If you tell them 5 minutes early, they might get there on time, or even still a little bit later, right? And then I like to mention that this is a limited type promotion, and no shows may no longer be eligible. This will help reduce people just no showing, and then it'll give them more urgency, like, hey, I'm going to miss out on something. I should probably be there. It's limited time promotion. Like I said earlier, all these messages are opportunities to increase the show rate. Okay. So we're done with the yes branch, right? Boom. Okay. Now, one more thing we're going to do in this branch here is, let's say someone booked an appointment 10 hours before, right? We're going to come here, look, and you see it says, if the timing of this wait step is already in the past, how should the contact proceed, right? So if they book an appointment and it's 10 hours before, it'll shoot them to where we want them to, which would be to down here. So it waits 1 hour. And then they still get the 1 hour before appointment reminder, right? So ideally, let me show you real quick, right? Oh, let me show you real quick. So this is what happens, right? They book an appointment, it's 10 hours before. It does the beginning of the workflow, it comes here, and then it shoots them straight over here. And then it just waits 1 hour before, and then it sends them that reminder. Okay. All right, perfect. So we're done with 2 possible scenarios here. And now we're going to do, what if they replied no? Okay. And one thing we can do here, since we're going to use the same advanced window, we can just copy it here. And it's identical. That'll save some time. And the next step here is sending them an SMS that says, hey, we got your response that said no. We are deleting your appointment, right? Okay. Okay. That's what I kind of tell them for my business. Thanks for letting me know ahead of time. It's much appreciated. Your appointment has been deleted. That way they know that it is in fact deleted. Save it. And then now here we can do one more thing, right? We're going to add an appointment status update, right? So when they go down this branch here, they actually did in fact cancel. So we can change it to canceled, right? And then when that status is changed, I'll show you guys at the end of the video, we can push them into another workflow that will follow up 5 days later or whatever it is that you want, and try to rebook them again. You know, this helps, you know, it helps reduce people who fall through the cracks, and it helps make more use of whatever it costs you to acquire that client. You know, if you're running ads, you know, $40, $50 an appointment to schedule an appointment, they cancel, it'll give you another chance. You can make more use of the money, right? So that's pretty much done here. And now we're going to move to the none branch, right? And here we are going to add a go to. Save it. And look, so these are our options, guys. If they reply like something very ambiguous, like probably, maybe, it's going to shoot them down here, right? And then from here, once it gets to this go to, we can do 2 things. Me personally, if somebody replies maybe or probably, they're a tire kicker and they're wasting my time. So I just shoot them straight over here, like as if the appointment was deleted and they replied no. But you have another option. You can go here, and then they reply probably or maybe. It'll shoot them here, and then we can shoot them back up, and it'll actually send this message again. And then maybe they'll understand at that point, and they'll either reply yes or no or whatever it is, right? So me personally, I'm going to put it here. Then we're going to go ahead and hit save. Awesome. All right, and now it's going to be the final branch, right? This is if they did not reply at all, right? And something that we can do here, guys, you guys want to make sure that you do utilize these copy and paste types of things here. It'll make it easier to save time. And since the timeout is very eerily similar to replying no, we can copy all actions from here, copy it there. And you see we got our advanced window ready to go. We got our SMS there, but we're going to rename it to this because we're going to change the actual contents inside of the SMS. All right. Due to no response. And what are we going to put in here? The reply timed out. Okay. says, hey, John, we didn't receive your confirmation for your appointment at location, time, and start date, so we'll need to release your spot. If this was a mistake or you'd like to come in, just reply ASAP and we'll do our best to accommodate you. Okay, save the action. And then as you can see here, the appointment status canceled right here, right? So pretty much what that does, actually, it also moves it in the pipeline here. It'll actually, no, it doesn't. It just puts canceled, right? And then, so let's go a little breakdown of the whole process here, right? And the different scenarios. They book the appointment, then it waits 24 hours, ask them, hey, are you gonna book, yes or no? They say yes, it shoots them down here. If it's 10 hours before and not 24 hours, it'll skip this part here and it'll shoot them over here, and then it'll wait, and then I'll push them down there, right? And now if they reply no, it'll come down here, come down here, and come down here. If they're being ambiguous little tire kickers, it'll shoot them here, 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 and then back over here, down here. And then if they don't actually reply, it'll shoot them here, 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 and here, right? And as you can see here, these babies are gonna be used to trigger another workflow that will follow up, okay? And if you've made it this far, guys, awesome. I'd love if you'd subscribe, like, and then maybe drop a comment. These videos take a lot of effort from me mentally. There's sometimes I get anxious. So I would love if you could, give back and subscribe. Okay, so the next thing here is when this appointment status is in fact changed to canceled, we created another workflow, right? It's this one right here. So as you can see, the trigger here is canceled, right? So when they come down through here, it's gonna shoot them over here. And then it'll remove them from all workflows like we did similarly over there. It'll update the opportunity, right? The pipeline, sales pipeline, pipeline stage, appointment canceled, right? And what that does is it automatically moves this one right here, automatically, okay? And then it adds a tag that they canceled an appointment, so that way you know. And then it waits 5 days. And this specific advanced window waits 5 days. And whatever the day it lands on, at 9 o'clock, it'll shoot the message. And the message is, hey, John, it's Dom with TechWiz Automations. I know something came up the last time and you weren't able to make it. Are you still interested in coming in for the free consultation to see if I can help, right? And this will help actually get leads that you might have lost. And also, you got to make sure you ask them a question here, right? You don't want to tell them like, let me know if you still want to come in. No, you need to leave an open-ended question. That way they're compelled to actually reply. And then we go ahead and save action. And that's it, guys. That's it. We're done. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I mentioned earlier, if you could please drop a like, as it takes me a lot of effort to actually make these videos for you. I'm really nervous. I'm really shaking right now sometimes when I'm looking at the camera. But anyways, guys, stay tuned for the next one, and I'll see you then.